Hello and welcome to another exciting video. In this one, we'll see how to use interpolation in JSX. Now that we have a good foundation on React elements, JSX, custom elements, and props, let's write a React component that has some conditional logic in it to explore the interpolation characteristics of JSX syntax. With this knowledge, we will be more productive using JSX. So here, as you can see, we have a React fragment and it is making use of this component character count. Now, one instance of the character count component has a text hello world and the other one has no text at all. Now over here, if you see my comments, what we want to achieve over here is that whenever we are rendering this character count, it should display this text, that the text hello world has 11 characters and the text empty has no characters. Now, as of now, it's returning a null. In order to get this working, what we need to do is we need to modify this statement. So instead of return null, we will be having open and close brackets over here. Now under this, we will be returning a div. Now, as you can see here, the black box is already helping me with this whole thing. Let's go ahead and take this as is. So here, what it is trying to do, it's first of all checking the text.length. Now the text.length basically over here. So when we are passing the attribute text, it's going over here under the character count. Method is a parameter. And then we are looking whether text.length is there or not. If it is, then this statement that we have written says the text, and then over here under dollar text will be replacing the actual value that the text is holding. That's hello world has. Then again we have dollar $text.length, the total number of characters, and over here if we don't have anything, it will just say no characters. Now we'll be making few more changes to this, but let's go ahead and see this in action initially. So here I'll be saving this, and now you can see on top it says the text hello world has 11 characters, and then over here it's just saying no characters, but we want to say it has no characters. So next what we will be doing is over here, instead of no characters, we will be just putting it over here, the text empty has no characters. Now if I save this, you can see the text empty has no characters is coming up. Over here, what if I want the length to be strong? To do that, we can simply go ahead and specify this length attribute under strong element. Now here I can go ahead and open and close this. So we have the length now as strong. But you'll notice that this is not getting rendered at all. The reason why it is not coming up, because we have this statement. So let's go ahead and tweak it a bit. We'll be saying the reason the text has, and from this point onward we will be going and creating a new element. So what we'll do is, instead of this text, we'll be cutting this out from here. Now this portion will remain common. So no matter whether the text is hello world or empty, we will always going to have this text. So this one statement is there now. The next statement will be checking the length of the text parameter. Now when we do that, we have this strong, and over here we need to get rid of the dollar symbol from this, and then we have the strong text coming up as the length attribute. And if we don't have any value at all, in that case we will simply say no. Now the third parameter over here will have just characters. So here we have the third line basically, and we'll be closing the second one over here. Now if you closely look at this piece of code, what we are trying to do, first of all, we have found out that this first line is going to be common across all the options that we have. So we have taken it out and executed it first. Now after that we are checking the length. Based on length we are showing the length as a strong. So if the length is there, it will be shown as a strong. And then over here, if there's no length, we are simply saying no. And finally, we have this character. So if you notice this comment that we had, for first instance, it's going to run this part, the text has, and then it is going to check the length. And if the length is there, then it is going to put this 11 in strong, that's bold basically, and then the character will be shown over here. Similarly, for the next iteration over here, it is going to print this line. Length will not be there, so it is going to print no, and then characters again. So we just need to specify a space over here so that when it prints it out, it's not going to stick together. And there you go. You have the output in a way that we desired initially.